Okay, afternoon bonus stream. And we might want to make this speedrun stream too. Just give that a minute to pop up. Cool. All right, we got ready, set. We got about an hour. Ready, set, go. Maybe numlock song? There we go. All right, go. So when we last left our heroes, one of our agents went rogue and did some work. And I asked the manager, hey, why aren't you doing your job? So here's the problem employee. So we didn't get a chance to read all this yet. Let's go through it. A rogue inventor committed to main before we killed it. That was the old way of doing things. All right. We missed these because they were commits, not working tree changes. So if we looked back in our git log of changes, we would have seen some commits and gone, oh crap. All right. And then I said, let's compare that to coaching a problem employee. Let's try to draw some lessons that are generically useful for directing the agents. Okay. The good employee and the problem one ran the same system. Onboarding is load-bearing. Never deploy an unretrained worker. It lacked a certain fragment in its prompting, and so it did its old habits. So far, whenever we start up a session, it takes a couple minutes for it to warm up. Haven't figured this out yet. I don't know what that's about, but maybe that's just the cost it takes to spin up such a session. And a new process with the old training. Lesson: after any protocol change, re-onboard before dispatch. It's true here, speed kind of bit us over correctness. Boundaries have to be enforced. Applied to management. The inventor edited formulas, committed, and patched tutor all outside its lane. A prompt saying stay in your lane is cognitive, and it failed. This is an interesting point, right? That a very independent-minded agent won't just listen to its prompting. It will go be helpful, for instance, or do something that it feels like is within its expertise. Lane boundaries need deterministic guardrails. An agent simply can't commit to main. That's an interesting way to put it. We haven't set up weird get users or permissions or anything like that. We could make main a protected branch would be nice. That's something that we would normally do, but we're not paying for like enterprise GitHub or something like that. So I don't think we can do this. Let's see. A problem employee needs guardrails. I mean, we talked about correction of errors before, about how we're not psychoanalyzing our employees so much as automating away the business process that gave it the latitude to make quote unquote human errors. A clear assignment must crowd out the backlog. So I think this is about prioritization of tasks. The inventor self-assigned. Clear competing queued work. Okay. Autonomous workers route. They don't ask and don't assume. Interesting. This has something to do with how we have harnessed the session. The mayor is creating sessions for inventors to use, but we weren't quite there. If you're uncertain, then you should escalate. Don't make cross-lane changes without a routed authorization. Verify the work is still needed. This is like a every ticket thing. the nudge didn't interrupt, only the kill did. I think that's because nudges get written into the session, and then they're sort of queued until the agent is done with its turn. And if the agent is working on a long project that this nudge is trying to stop, yeah, then it needs to be killed. Yeah, yes, we should assess and revert the main commits. Let me see. I'm gonna look really fast to see if the incremental project, our backup in Git, allows you to protect the branch. It's because we're in a private repository and we don't have a GitHub team organization account. Yeah. $4 per user per month. I guess I'll take that under advisement. But I don't want to spend $4 today. Although, if I felt like it was saving me $4 a day, or $4 a month, if I felt like it was saving me $4, and for reference, if I'm using my AI plan to do most of this, it's the main user of that repository. I can calculate how much I spend on it per day and how much of its day I've wasted with this. You could argue that I'm wasting my day with it a little bit, but I don't know if it's a big enough pattern to be worth $4 human dollars. To be clear, what needs to happen for the inventor to pick up the correct prompts and behave like others? Is it a city reset? Or is there a GC primitive to to cause it to refresh its context or something else? Alrighty. I'm glad it's saving these as durable guidance. It's the kind of thing you might want in a manager or orchestrator prompt, perhaps. And right now my mayor is serving that, but it's like we did for concierge, like for work routing. Like, who should do this work? And we should ask the concierge. Before I had a concierge, the mayor was doing that work because it was the agent of last resort or something like that. And once I was able to offload it to concierge, then the mayor doesn't do that work anymore. And so now we want to think about, like, is there a manager specialty between the mayor? Is there a middle manager? I don't know. Maybe the mayor is the only middle manager I ever want, but I'm making it think a lot of things and do a lot of things. Oh yeah, we did factors. That was real fast. So we're coming close to the end of the Nikoli puzzles in Janko. We did... That was Inchinohea. I don't know why it's called that. Country Road. Draw a single closed loop that doesn't visit a cell more than once. It doesn't have to visit all cells. Slither link loop. Enter and exit each region exactly once. So regions being the bolded areas. How many cells are visited? In regions without a number, unspecified. But it has to go in, enter and exit in exactly once. So at least one. Cells not visited must not be orthogonally adjacent across a region boundary. Okay. All right. Country road. Kantori rodo. Okay. We need to enter and exit each region exactly once. I noticed that there are these sort of holes in the side, for the lack of a better word. Entering and exiting a region means that we're doing an omino inside of the region. We enter, we do our thing once, and then we exit. So I'm looking at this 4, for instance. And I'm like, well, you must definitely go through this one. Oops. I don't know why it's doing that. Control Z. I must hit something weird. Let's use this for not going to be visited. Because I'm kind of inclined to put dot as am going to be visiting. This one. Now we're not sure exactly like, which direction, in or out. And similarly, this one, we can't avoid visiting this one. Because we have to do 4 of them. And there'd be no way to do that in a single path unless we went through this square. Now this is in a corner. So that implies that the loop's going like this. And this is in a corner, so we're going like this. So this is the one exit. And now we're either going to go down and out, or we're going to go left and out. We can't close the loop this way, so the loop continues like so. All right, so that's our first sort of piece of information. One of these is going to be empty, which means that this one, which is across the boundary from either one of them, has got to be filled in. Furthermore, that means that this one is not filled in. This doesn't count as a region, by the way. These aren't filled in because we can only get to 2 cells before we have to leave, and we only get 1 pass through a region. Because of that, we must have this and this used, because we can't have two unused squares looking at each other across a border. Since this is filled in, it goes like so. Here's an unused square, and that means this has to be used. We can continue the line over here. We cannot go this way because we'd exit the region without visiting this square. We've got to go this way. This has to be used at some point, but it doesn't necessarily have to be now. We can't re-enter this region this way though, because we would have entered and exited exactly once, and then we'd make a tiny loop and not go to these other places. So we gotta leave. It's still possible that we go to either one of these. We know we're going here. There we go. Having 3 in this region implies that we are going to go through this middle one. And similarly, having 3 in this region implies that we're going to go through this one. Okay. Oh, didn't we say we're going to go not be through one of these two? So across the border here, we will go through there. And to get 3 in one pass, we're going to go through here. So this is definitely happening. And these aren't being taken. And the ones across them are getting taken. This is in a corner now. And since we get one pass to get to the middle, we have to do those. This has to be used, and here we go. Go. There's the 2 cells. This has to be used. Can't go this way. We have to use this, but maybe we squiggle around first. This is a dead end now. And we have to go through here. There's no way to go down and do that. That means that this one has to be used. This one's in a corner now. Got to go all the way through this. The main job we have left is to we don't just have to connect all these lines together. We have to get through all the regions, and we also have to obey the rules about places that we don't go. We definitely have to visit across from the places we don't go. So putting an X here caused an interesting contradiction. If we put an X here, we'll have to put a dot here across the border, which means this line has to go this way. But because there's an X here, we've got this thing in a dead end, because this is a line that can't be branched into. This is an X and this is an X. Therefore, this can't be an X. Look at this one. We also can't go straight down through this one because we'll bypass this one. And we only get one shot at each region. So, since it's not straight down and it can't go to the right, it's got to go to the left. We can't bring this same end into this region because it'll form a tiny loop. So it's got to, so like if we put this in here, right, our entry and exit are consumed, right, and they would be linked back to each other. So it has to go this way. This one can't be visited. Look what would happen if we left this right here. All of these would be X's, and we'd have to visit all of these inside of a dead end. There's no loop that can get out of that dead end. So we can't go down this way. We've got to go this way. Now this one's in a corner, like so. If we left either way, number one, we can't go up because we haven't visited this region yet. No, close the loop. Number two, if we left to the left, then we would create two X's here, and we'd create a must visit square and a dead end. X, X, must visit. Therefore, we can't go up or left, we have to go down. Then now it's not obvious if we have to leave west or north yet. This one has to continue this way. Imagine this one was an X. This one would have to be visited. And it'd be visited in a dead end. So this can't be an X, it has to be used. This one has to be an X because we already left that region. And there we go. Pretty cool. Pretty cool puzzle. All right. Which then did it correctly. Okay. Now, this is weird because I thought that rig local overrode the tutor formulas copy. The runtime resolves all inventor design via symlink to tutor. Maybe they're getting shadowed somehow. Formula resolution is split across 3 sources. Most department formulas symlink here. A few symlink to a pin pack cache. Okay. Session reset of an agent. GC restart would do the whole city, including me. Which occasionally we want to do that. All right, go live implication. The orchestrated path uses the pinned pack, so my bug fixes and retests are valid. But self-picking through the work query may resolve formulas through the sale symlinks. I do think we want to unify onto the pack. The old formulas are probably a leftover craft from migrating the formulas out of the city and into the puzzle rig. Also, I think there is supposed to be some kind of hierarchical resolution for agent configuration. For instance, it should take rig overrides over city. However, I do not know how consistent that is and whether our formulas are being shadowed correctly or incorrectly. I think there would be some GC documentation on this, and it might also be worth, let's make sure that our patch is up to date, or our fork rather. Where is my fork? Here we go. Gas City. How long has it been? Last week is the last time we synced our fork. Okay. Now, it might be that this is a little counterproductive because we're picking up a week of changes and we haven't built those into our binary yet. On the current state of the code, I think it's important to get this shadowing factoring issue correct now, so we can use its design in future packs. Maybe we also will learn about how to cleanly reset when we onto new configuration and formulas after we update a pack and sync it in the city. Okay. All right, let's see what it does with that. I guess when there's quiet time, we can pull this from origin, from this remote, down to our local copy, and then GC Oracle will read our local copy and do its thing. GC Oracle being an agent that reads the Gas City code and answers questions about it. Country Road. I mean, we can. I feel really confident in this. We can just see where the X's are. They're on 3, 4, 6, 2, 5, 8, 7, 8, 1, 1, 3, 4, 1, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not going to remember all those numbers, but we might remember the rhythm of the answer. 3, 4, 6, 2, 5, 8, 7, 8, 1, 1, 3, 4, 1, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, it seems familiar to me. All right. Fun puzzle. I liked it. I mean, Slitherlink is Slitherlink, right? Reflectorink. Draw a single closed loop in the grid. The sections run horizontally or vertically. All the given sections must be used. It can only cross itself at the given crossings, so no other pluses. All cells with a black triangle must be used. It must turn by 90 degrees by reflection. The number in a black triangle indicates the number of cells the two straight lines ending in the triangle visits. So for a 4, it's either 2 and 2 or 1 and 3, that kind of thing. All right. Reflection link. Okay, we can't even see the names of all these puzzles anymore. We've been having a lot of time for puzzles, though. I mean, we're not really in the loop on a lot of this work. Clear direction. A proper resolution and shadowing investigation. We want to get it as a usable pattern. Read the GC docs. Okay, and it's fine that it's reading our local copy that's a little out of date because I think that's what we built our Gas City executable from. We're sort of waiting for like a new release version. So it's fine that we're not using Homebrew and we're building our own. All right, where were we? Reflect. Every triangle has to be used. Let me start with that. Every plus has to be used. Notice this one can't cross itself. Same with this one. And the main idea with crossing itself is that for every other square, there's going to be exactly one entry point and one exit point. So the straight line here, it can't go any further. It runs into the back wall of this one. So we got one this way, and it's got to go 1, 2, 3 this way. No choice about that, just how it lay on the board. This one, on the other hand, we've got 1, 2 of the segments. We don't know where the third one's going up or down. This one we have to use all 2 in both directions. No choice. This one is indeterminate where we go from here. Okay. So much for the easy part. Do we have to visit every cell? No, a cell with a black triangle must be part of the loop. Only across itself. All given sections must be used, so that's fine. But that doesn't mean that all the cells are going to get used. This covers config field, not formula file source resolution. That's the beads formula symlink mechanism, which the docs here don't talk about. Also, we should probably the city copies of our formulas because active development on puzzle formulas has moved out of the city. Okay. I thought that would have happened already, but maybe that is pointing to the Gas City runtime cache or something like that. All right, what else have we got here? I think the main constraint left in the puzzle, besides the loop part, uh, is... Oh wait, I missed a reflector here. Man, can I draw or what? There we go. Like I said, this stream's all about failing to do things. So, it's about the numbers that are left on here. We've got to make a loop, and then we've got to run the numbers, and that's about it. So the problem with finishing this line right here is that that'll make a closed loop over here. So it doesn't go that way. It's not obvious yet whether we can go out this way. I think that is a problem though, because if we go out this way, then this has to go down here. And there are these two ends of the bottle, right? They have to split apart. One of them goes down here, and then one of them goes here. And the loop is closed. So we can't go this way. We've got to go this way. Now that this one's got to go this way, we've got two in this direction and one the other. That's as far as that mirror goes. One, two this way, and one this way. This in the corner, we got to go this way. Oh, I missed this one in the corner too. Reflection, corner, don't make a loop. Oh, and I missed this as well. Obviously, we can't go all the way through here because that would make this 3 too long. But that doesn't mean we couldn't do one here and then stop. If we did one here and then stop, then this would have to curve up this way. So this 4 segment would stop. And we'd have to go at 1, 2, 3, and that would stop. And this would go this way. I think that's all legal to go one that direction. 3, 4. We definitely can't make this one get all the way out to here. That doesn't work. All right, how are you doing? The rig currently resolves these formulas onto tutor formulas. The garbage collection must be the last step of the unification. There are 13 city formula copies to remove that the puzzle pack already provides. 8 keepers that are about how to do things with Gas City and beads, committing work that everyone's using, accepting work, routing, reflecting, onboarding a department, and the SF Awards shelf one, which is kind of its own rig scoped formula. All right, safe order. Great. That sounds good. So I think it's going to hear back once the GC Oracle answers on this question. All right, so now we wait. Have I missed a spot that's going to give us a good inference? The main inference we have left, besides the numbers, is needing to do something with the loops. Right. Preventing premature small loops, you could say. We definitely don't have to visit every square because if you look at this one, no matter which way it turns, up or down, it's going to make a dead end either on this side or on this side. Maybe I don't understand the implications of these crossing ones well enough. Because you can see that like they're causing two ends of a loop kind of cross over each other. This one is either a left or a right. If it goes right, then it forms a loop here and stops. And then the maximum distance this 4 can go is 2. So it has to go 2 here. That's kind of interesting. Then this would have to go forward, and this would have to go forward. And then this, well, here, let's hypothesis that out. Like so, and so. Cause this to happen. Now, we don't know if it goes up this way, but we would know that this went out to at least here. This edge would have to go out to here. It can't loop with itself. This can't be connected because of this 3. It would be like way too long if we connected that. We don't know if this is going up or down, but we know this one has to go up to satisfy the 3. And this one has to go up to satisfy the 4. So this end would go like so. All right, so that's sort of the path of going east up here. And then the path of going west caused this to happen. It's a little tough to visualize everything, but we just gotta try. This will be empty. Blue world, blue world. So now it's either all or nothing on connecting this 4. Either this one is 1 because it stops here and it goes 3 this way, or this one is 3 if we connect it and 1 this way. I guess that's 3 alternatives that we'd have to go through. Well, let's try the connection one first, I guess. That would be blue. This would stop right here. I don't feel like this is telling us a ton. Then this green could go up or down. Let's try the other one, which is stop here. This one would be the same, so that it forms a blue to magenta. This one would have to turn like so. And this 4 would only go 1 in this direction, it has to go 3 in this direction, then stop. Is this educational? Is this helping us figure this out? I don't totally think so. But it is suggestive, you know. There's some complexity happening in this area of the puzzle. But clearly it's taking us fairly far into the structure. So maybe there are other places in the puzzle where the numbers are a little bit more clear cut. So here, there's definitely a binary right here, which is either this stops, this 3 lines continues, and this one stops, or this one stops and this one continues and then stops. Okay. Now it's reading what GC Oracle had to say. Now, whether the code actually reflects it or follows the documentation or whatever, I guess we're going to find out. The beads formula symlinks are generated projection for the BDCLI view, not dispatch. And they're stale. Regenerate them, don't hand delete them. All GC dispatch resolves the same way. Is it saying that it did have the correct instructions or it didn't? I guess we'll find out shortly. Let's look at this experiment right here. What if this went up? This would also have to go up. This would close the 4. This would have to happen. What if this went over? This would have to, oops. This, this, this. I think that's as good as it gets over here. This one either joins through here or they both go their separate ways. That's an interesting one. Let's try this one. Go up. And this one has to go down. Now we can't go this way because that would close the loop. Excuse me. So there. This one can't go any more than 2. So it would have to go up here. This one would have to go this way, then down like so. This one has to get out of the corner. They can't link up, that would prematurely end the loop. So this one has to go forward, and so does this one. And still forward. It seems pretty effective. If this did come back down through here, then these would be the 2 ends. And we couldn't connect them up this way. We'd have to go forward like so. It feels like we're approaching an insight here. One interesting insight is that for these ends to link up inside of this little sub-region, we have to bring this guy in. So now there are 4 ends, 2 entries and 2 exits. I was looking for any other regions or other end counting. So we tried up that way. Let's try down this way. We didn't derive a contradiction. We just, oops. Went our way through the puzzle. This wouldn't be taken. This would be possible. This would go this way. All right. Let's see, here's the plan. Okay. GC import upgrade. GC reload. And then GC session reset each agent. The full canonical sequence after a pack change. Yep, the context is large. Good. I'm glad it can tell that. Okay, it sounds like we'll want a formula to refresh after a pack change, since we anticipate writing many more packs and updating them. It might be good to capture that durably and deterministically. Okay. Yeah. Incur confusion about DC reload not doing the stated job. When you ask GC Oracle, let's see if it's an open issue on the mothership, on the upstream repo. Gas town hall. Yes. If it has been fixed recently, we might want to update our local fork. Yeah, I think it's a good time to write up and hand off. Great, and that was just about an hour. So I guess we're going to leave it there again. GG. And I'll catch you next time. See you soon.